Hey there, I'm Natalie, and my sister Madison and I are spending 48 hours here in the adventure capital of Costa Rica, Monte Verde. This small mountain town is known for their stunning cloud forest, delicious coffee, and adrenaline-inducing activities. And we are going to do and see it all in just 2 days. Welcome along for some more outstanding adventures of a lifetime. We are just leaving downtown Monte Verde. We came to come get some smoothies and coffee before our coffee tour. And it is crazy windy. Right here is a little bit calmer, but when we get close to our hotel, I don't know why, but it's like an insane wind tunnel, and walking here, we were walking right into the wind, so now we'll be walking with it at least. But I guess it's normal. It's like windy this time of year, and it's like really freaking windy. It's also raining. It's wild. It really is. Completely wild. Oh my goodness gracious. It's too funny. Okay, I'll show you the street now. After our walk through the wind tunnel, we made our way over to Cafe Monte Verde, which is a coffee farm that specializes in education and sustainable growing practices. We learned how they are creating their own organic fertilizer and pesticides so that they can replenish their soil and cause as little harm to the environment as possible. Our tour guide explained the whole process to us and then took us to the terraced fields to see the coffee crops growing, and we even saw some beautiful toucans and bees along the way. Next up was the gardens and barn. Cafe Monte Verde tries their best to be completely self-sufficient, which means they grow their crops and raise meat to eat. They also utilize the droppings from chickens and goats to make fertilizer for the coffee plants. We left the chickens and baby goats, which were so adorable, to go pick some of our own coffee beans from the plants and learn about the coffee rust, a fungus which can take over and kill the plants. The beans are ripe and ready when they are red, and we got to pick some and taste them right off the plant. Oh yeah, there's the beans right there. That's the shell from it. Okay, Madison, you're gonna show us. What are you gonna do over here? Squeeze this. Ooh, there's the bean. That's what the beans come out of. Wash them off, and then they dry them. I'm gonna try the little bean.
Great. Yeah, it was like subtly sweet. Yeah. Did you see the?
Tastes like a red pepper kind of.
This is peeling.
For what?
Peeling.
Oh.
Yeah. We add the beans there. Skin.
Okay.
We remove the red skin here.
Next up is the drying process, where we learned about the different ways coffee beans can be dried and how their handling during this process affects their final flavor and their tasting notes. Also, I have to say that it is such a satisfying feeling running your fingers through the beans, and before you get grossed out, these beans are just on display for their tours and aren't actually used for consumption. Before heading out, they showed us how they shell the coffee beans to prepare them for the roasting process, and said that once you do this 100 times, all the beans will be peeled. I'm a little skeptical, but I guess they are the experts here, right? Back inside, we learned about the roasting process and the importance of a perfectly roasted bean. Too much or too little time roasting will severely impact the flavor of the beans. Each place has their own recipe for temperature and roast time, which is really what gives coffee beans so much of their unique and distinct flavors. Here, they hand-package beans into the bags for individual sale, and then they are ready to buy. The last part of our tour was what we all were waiting for, and that is the tasting. We tried numerous different roasts and even a white coffee, which Madison and I were really not a fan of, so we drank all the dark roast blends instead. So after our our delicious lunch, we just headed back to the hotel, got some recommendations, and headed up to the butterfly garden. So we are waiting for our tour. Yeah, there's a 1-hour tour we're gonna go on, and it starts pretty soon, so we're just waiting for that, and then we're gonna go see a bunch of insects and animals and butterflies. Butterfly garden. That's too funny. She's got that name. This is cool. Come on out. That is so cool. Madison's butterfly is just hanging out with her. Well, this is pretty cool. Madison's taking her selfies with her butterfly.
I have to.
It's so cool. This is a very, very cool experience so far. I've never released a butterfly before into Costa Rica, so that's a first. Madison, your butterfly's still hanging out with you. Look at how cute. Let's give you the close-up. Look at how beautiful. Amazing. Oh, I just walked into a plant. It's the end. You're gonna have to let him go. Taxi's here. Finished our tour. We're heading on out. If you come to Monte Verde, just know, and it's windy. I guess this is normal. It's just windy all the time in this time of year. Oh my gosh. Look at us, we look absolutely ridiculous. But we just got dropped off on the butterfly garden at the hotel, and now we're going to get some dinner. I think we're going to go get some tacos. Hopefully they have some indoor seating for us, because I'm getting very wet already. I gave Madison my raincoat, so it's so nice. She hasn't had it zipped up. Oh my god. But that's the plan. So me and Madison are on a tour in the Monte Verde cloud forest, and it has been raining the entire time. It's like a 2.5-hour tour. We're getting very cold.
Find a beautiful hummingbird nesting in the cloud forest. A striped hummingbird is nesting here.
So we are over at the Hanging Bridges Park, and we are on the bridges. This is number 3 of 12. So we are here to walk along in the cloud forest and explore everything, and then we are going to go ziplining and do a Tarzan swing later. And this is just incredible and so beautiful, and this is exactly what we met up with 2 other girls from London. We're just doing tours together all day, but this is like really what all of us envisioned for our tour this morning. Was more of like this and nature and so beautiful. And we didn't get it, but we have it now. So we are super excited about that, and we are on the lookout for sloths and monkeys and any other animals that could be around, because it seems like it'd be easier to see them here. This morning we were trying to, but it was just so dense you couldn't see anything. So hopefully in here somewhere. 515 feet long and a decent amount off the ground too. And you can see there's a bunch of low-hanging clouds all coming in around. Look at there, all the way, that whole thing is the bridge. How incredible is this? You see right there all these low-hanging clouds? This is exactly what we were looking for. So far, this is a complete 10 out of 10. We've been doing this for like 25 minutes so far, and it's already incredible. Absolutely amazing. I can see why it is such a popular activity here in Costa Rica, because it's a gem. It's incredible. Do you love it? Photo time.
My sister.
Here we are. Up in the forest. Look at all those clouds behind us. So treetops up on us. So fun. This is just really magical. It's like softly raining, so you just hear like the raindrops. You just hear the raindrops falling all around you. But we're in a complete canopy of trees, so like barely getting wet at all. You can see a little bit, but barely at all I'm getting wet. And there's just like all of these leaves that are so massive. Look how big this leaf is. Monte Verde is really just such an incredible place to explore for so many reasons. Person for comparison for how ginormous this tree is. Okay, we just finished with the bridges and then we ran back to the reception, and we are going to the Sloth Sanctuary now. It's ones that have been like hit by cars and things like that who can't be in the wild. So we're gonna go see those guys really quickly. And then we have ziplining. We have like a half hour to do it. They're like, oh, you don't have time. And we were like, we have to. So we're going there. We've made it to the sloth's home. Oh, yes, right here. Here in the Sloth Sanctuary. There are some sloths right there. There are also a bunch of sloths over there in those trees. And there, I think he said 19 sloths they have in here. They're all females because they aren't allowed to reproduce in captivity. But I really appreciate this sanctuary for the size that it is and how they aren't in cages and they're able to meander around and walk around where they want to, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's so exciting. And the fact that we saw one walking around, the guide said that like never happens. They only go to the ground like every week or two, so it's super rare to see and really exciting. Okay, ran over from the sloths so fast, got geared up. Now we are hiking over to the first zip line. That's a little bit crooked. Everything's been incredible. We're just like rushing around because we got here kind of late apparently. But let the ziplining fun begin. Zip line so far, and we're coming up another one. Yep, go ahead. Oh, and getting ready for more. Yeah, we're going on some more. We're gonna go sliding down that way. Hola! To the very last one. Okay, Madison. Here we go. You ready for the very last one? Look at all these stairs we have to go up. I know we get to go together on this one. It's gonna be so exciting. It's been such a fun time, and that Superman swing was amazing. Good morning. It has been an absolutely exhausting and exhilarating 48 hours here in Monte Verde, Costa Rica. We have completely fallen in love with this cute mountain town and will definitely be missing it and all of our meals here at the open kitchen. We are grabbing a quick breakfast before our 9 a.m. shuttle over to La Fortuna. I found something advertised as a taxi boat taxi, which you can take from Monte Verde to La Fortuna or from La Fortuna to Monte Verde. It takes about 4 hours total and cost us only $34 per person. We drove through the gorgeous countryside for a few hours and then made it to Lake Arenal, where we boarded the boat that would take us across the lake and over to La Fortuna. The views from the boat were amazing, and even though it was a windy day, it was surprisingly dry and calm. This marks the end of our Monte Verde adventure, so thank you so much for joining along for the fun. I hope you had a great time and maybe even added a new place to your bucket list. We are really excited about this next stop in this famous volcanic area that is teeming with wildlife, natural volcanic hot springs, and insane views. You won't want to miss it, so we'll see you there.